Hi all modelers, female and male, worldwide. This is just a quick look at the Roco Railjet Taurus. This model is a DCC sound with DCC couplings at one end and standard couplings at the other. It's quite unusual because normally they come with just normal couplings, but this can control the coach set if you've got the digital lighting coach set and the cab at the other end, the digital lighting at the other end, which I have got another version of, which it sort of does away with having two decoders, and plus you have constant connection for the lights going right through the carriages. There's about 4 or 5 versions of this particular Railjet in different liveries as well, in this particular livery but slightly different names, etc., and running numbers. And this one is, as you can see on the box, 72457, and again, packing is very nice. the sound on it is the same as usual with Roco, using the Zemo sound chips on the recent models that they're supplying. Zemo is the Austrian company, completely separate to Roco, which is another obviously an Austrian company, but they've teamed up on the latest models, which gives the sound of the DC Sound factory models fantastic sound. But the only problem is I need a Zemo decoder programmer just to adjust any sound settings, or custom adjust any sound settings, although you can do it on the CV chart, constant variable adjustments. Yeah, so I'll have a closer look at this, fire it up. This one's got dual pantographs at one end and one pantograph at the other, so it is capable of running through 2 different countries with different setups, voltage setups. And the instructions, as you can see, you get loads of detailed instructions, extra ones with this, with it being a digital connection model on the couplings. And of course, if every single Roco item you buy, you get a slip like this, a packing slip, which is individual to each and every item that they make and they send out, so they can track it down to what date it's been made, the packer, the sprayer, everything about the locomotive is used with this number here. If it's got to go back to the factory, that's a useful thing not to throw away if it's got to go back to the factory, because they can track down any production faults, etc., with that slip, which is a really good system. Old-fashioned like, but that's how it works. Right, so with this model I'm running it with standard coaches, so if you do buy this model, what you have to do, because it's got digital coupling at one end here, you've got to take the body off, swap it around, and then you've got to just disconnect this digital coupling slightly from its mount, and then take off the snowplow at one end and reconnect it at the end with the digital coupling. If you don't disengage it, the coupling, the snowplow won't go on. That's what you've got to do if you're running it in the prototypical way on the livery, with this sort of sloping livery on one end. That's what you've got to do. So I'll show how to take the body off anyway. It's really easy because I am going to be installing some drivers on this. Yeah, so to take the body off, dead easy. Just 4 points, as you can see where these glue sticks have gone in. You just prise the body off slightly with the glue stick. If the glue sticks slip, it doesn't matter because the soft plastic against plastic won't scratch it. So that's the idea. And what you do, you flip it around and the body should come off quite easy. Yeah, so with those installed, all you do, tip it around like so. You got to do it like that, and then just carefully pull down like that. Let the sticks fall off. Dead easy. That's how you get it off if you want to swap the body around like that. It can go either way. if you want to do any adjustments on the decoder, etc. You can get to it quite easy. That's how you get it off without scratching the body. Yeah, so you got your circuit board. Not sure what this black box is here. Never seen that before. Sometimes you have jumper settings on this circuit board depending on how you want to run the push-pull setup on the digital coupling side. Z-mode decoder, which just goes in there on its dedicated socket, I think. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure if it's a 21 pin, that. I'm not sure about that. Speaker and housing, and then the rest of it's die-cast metal, LED lighting, gearbox at that end, gearbox underneath the decoder as well. And yeah, it's very, very well put together. We've got 2 brass flywheels inside there, and pickups on all wheels. And there's many more details that can be added using a detail pack, which is there. Loads of different snow ploughs for static use, and all the rest of the couplings that go with it. So it's they are very well built models. And of course, if you're installing drivers, you just carefully locate the lugs on here, and these just pull out the cabs, and they're easy enough to put drivers in there because they are quite detailed cabs. Just got to be careful not to break any plastic lugs when you're doing it. So yeah, so what I recommend for connecting the Railjet type couplings up is on the similar coaches as well, because they're really awkward. You've got flexible couplings that flex up and down, left and right. So put a re-railer, the end of a re-railer, which looks like that, underneath the track where the couplings are, stop it moving around. Bit of WD-40 lubricant, light oil, freeing oil, or similar, on the coupling so it guides in and goes in easier. So we'll line that up, make sure it's going to go at the right height. There we go. That just makes it a lot easier, especially on digital couplings as well.